Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Healing Circle number 59. Thank you for being here, and thank you for joining later if you're listening in the archives. I'm Jean Selch, also known as Jean of Divine Healing. I'm going to press a button here and hope that it's all good. All right, there we go. It's all good. With Mercury being in retro, there's been a lot of funky computer stuff going on. I had some funky stuff happening with my phone yesterday. Oh, excuse me. Let's start by inviting all your guardian angels, all your master teachers and spirit guides. Let's invite Buddha. Let's invite Kuan Yin, White Buffalo, Jesus, Mary, Saint Germain, Joy, Chief Red Cloud, Chief Crazy Horse, Chief Sitting Bull, and Saint Bridget if she'd like to come back again. I'm going to start shuffling the cards. And I decided that I'm going to pull from 3 different sets today because there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on with the planets, and there's a lot of retrograde going on. Mars is also in retrograde, and there's a trine going on, and we have a full moon this weekend, and it's all about purging, balancing your male and female sides, letting go of any greed. Where's my notes? Any greed, any lack of self-value, self-worth, and self-love. And, you know, as Mercury is in retro, there's always that communication issue between human beings, whether it be verbal, on the phone, by text, message, email, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever, it doesn't matter. So there's a lot of tests going on. And there's a lot of people out there that are feeling either trapped or depressed or in a greedy power way. And what I mean when I say greedy power way, that they're in a competition with their business. And that isn't really for your highest good or the highest good for all. Because if you pay attention and look around, really look around, you'll notice, and I'm sure this is happening around the world besides the United States, that there are many mainstream businesses that are suffering and going out of business. Because with these divine energies, especially accelerated in the year 2016, and especially with it being the year of clarity and truth, and as more truth comes out and unfolds, and also not just truth outside you and in the media and with the governments and stuff like that, or the churches, whatever, also within you, truth within you. It's time, this is the time, and it's a perfect opportunity with the way the planets are lined up and the trine and the full moon. Saturday morning goes into effect sometime around 9:30. You can check it out if you're interested and read up more about it if you're interested. With Mercury messing with communications, this weekend, in particular, the way the planets are lined up, is going to give everybody a push to really sit down and start opening and communicating. And the more you communicate, the more you will allow and express yourself. And express yourself in all ways. your needs, your desires, your artistic creations. And that could be anywhere from gardening to painting to sculpting to making jewelry to needlepoint, or baking or cooking, or making products. I want to show you my products. As some of you know, that I am the vessel. Let me make sure that is very clear. I am the vessel for the divine to flow through me. And we make holy water. And I wonder if someday we'll change the word to holy water blessing or sacred water blessing. Maybe we'll do that. I'll have to go into meditation and ask. But anyway, I happened to grab a pump. But anyone who uses this, just so you know, has nothing to do with religion. So like you would put your fingers, wet your fingers. Of course, if you had the twist off, because I have both, and I just happened to grab this one, like I said. And you're just going to place your fingers that are wet gently on the top of your head. And that will open your crown chakra, kind of like a divine being just opens up and reconnects you to the divine in your God self. So let me ask my guides this, since we've called in everybody. If I spray this with the intentions of giving everybody a water blessing right here, right now, and anyone else who's listening in the archives later, will they receive also the benefits as if they were physically putting the water on top of their head? I got a yes. All right, well, I'm going to do you all first. So get ready. I'm going to be spraying this over your crown. And here we go. Okay, now myself. Let's just take a few seconds and feel. Allow yourself to feel. I'm going to dry off my cards here because they got blessed too. Cool. I love it. Okay, let's take a few seconds and feel. Do you feel that crown opening up? All right. The other one is the blessed healing water. And we'll do this at around 10:31, 10:32 when we bring Blog Talk on. So those who are listening, if they would like to participate in the water blessing too, they can. The other one, excuse me, the other one is the Sacred Heart Mist. And this one is for connecting to the Christ conscious within you. So let's spray everyone. Oh, I should have grabbed a tester, huh? And just take a few moments and allow that to settle in. All right, and then the last one we have here is Sacred Rose. And this is for cleansing your aura or your home. So, whoops, this one wasn't screwed on tight all the way. Here we go. With the intentions of spraying over everyone that's listening. Excuse me, I got an itchy nose today. Let's take a moment and feel that. That's the Sacred Rose Mist or a cleansing spray. Well, isn't that fun? Okay, that is. I love it. I love these sprays. Excuse me, I need a drink of water. And I'm really glad. I've got angels tickling me right now. I'm really glad that I was divinely guided to make these. And I want you all to know that each bottle individually gets blessed through like a four-step process. They get blessed before they get boiled and sterilized, and they get blessed once they're filled. Then they get blessed again when the labels get on, and then they get blessed again before they're ready to be shown. Okay. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women. Blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for our sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Okay. Love. See, that's why Mary had me wear pink today. Because sometimes she wants me to wear white or blue, but today she wanted me to wear pink. Love is the answer to all my questions. Love, because love is the way. Loving ourselves and loving each other. We're going to put love there. All right, let's pull from the Jesus deck. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women. Blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for our sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. He's telling me to keep shuffling. Now we have the top card. All things whatsoever shall ask in prayer, believing you shall receive. What an awesome card. Whatever you're praying and asking for, believe that it will be given to you, and it will be. Thank you, Jesus, also for the reminder for me. Let's move over here so you put it here. All right, let's pull one more card from the butterfly deck. Such a beautiful day out. I hope if you can get outside, you can get outside. And I love that we're talking, that the card originally talks about love. Because, you know, what are we talking about? We're talking about purging all those, the greed, the health, the lack of money, the bondages, freeing yourself. And the only way to free yourself is through self-love. And then some of you might say, yeah, self-love, that's really easy for you to say. No, it's not easy for me to say, because probably about almost 30 years ago, I had a psychic woman that I was taking classes with tell me that to go home and look in the mirror and tell myself that I loved myself. And it took me more than 10 years. Seriously. So maybe not all of you will have that issue in the beginning, but some of you might. And I want you to know that it was worth it. And there were times when I would sit in meditation and I would say, Jean is love. Jean is worthy to be loved. I am love. I am worthy to be loved. Remember, every time you use the words, I am in a sentence. You're not just talking about God the Creator, you're talking about yourself. Or you're not just talking about yourself, you're talking about God the Creator, Mother, Father, God. And we're ready to pick the card. So the butterfly deck is about transformation. Ooh, I love this. End of an era. It's a beautiful card. This gives us all hope, doesn't it? There's always hope. There's always hope. There. Now everybody can see the cards. Let me just tilt this a little bit. Now you can see it a little bit better. All right. So because we ran a little extra here, I'm going to just chat so that, and do the meditation. Actually, let's do the meditation now. Because there's a lot of people that are struggling right now this week with all this stuff purges coming up. I mean, there's with Mercury in retro, it's blocking everyone from really communicating. And since we're talking about love, love starts with the sound of your heart beating. Every human being has a soul song, and it is unique to them. Twin flames have the same twin flame soul song. So if you're not driving, close your eyes and take a nice big cleansing breath. And we're going to start the process here, and we'll do a silent meditation when we come to the talk. In love and exhale love into your earth star. Breathe in love and exhale love into your earth star. Breathe in love. Exhale into your some people are struggling, you can sense it. Come on, in that love, take advantage of this meditation. Exhale into your exhale and let go. Good job. Breathe in love and exhale into your feet. Fill your feet with love. And shackle everywhere you've walked that has heavy energy attached to it. It prevents you from moving. Breathe in divine love. And exhale into your feet. Breathe in divine love and exhale into your root chakra. Fill your root chakra with divine love. Good. Divine love. And exhale into your sacral. Allow divine love to fill your sacral. Breathe in divine love and exhale into your neck. Breathe navel, all those attachments. You are worthy to feel love, to be loved. Breathe in divine love and exhale into your solar plexus. Breathe in love and feel your solar plexus. Let go of all those trapped emotions. Allow love. Each breath. Breathing in the energy of love. And exhale into your solar plexus. Good job. Breathe in love. And exhale deep into your heart. Release resistance. Allow your heart to fill with love with each breath. Breathe in divine love and exhale into your throat chakra. Breathe in divine love and exhale into your throat chakra. Anyone who might be having some tightness, just let it out. It's just you resisting. For maybe at some point when you were silenced or your words were not heard, release it now. Allow love to fill. Breathe in divine love and exhale into the center of your head. Love yourself and love your gifts. Settle into the center of each breath. Breathe in divine love and exhale into your crown chakra. Crown chakra with love. Let love burst through the resistance. Breathe in divine love and exhale into your body chakra. Send love to all your lifetimes. Breathing in divine love. Exhale love into all your lifetime, all moments, this present lifetime. Send love. Breathe in divine love and exhale into your monad. Send love to your God self. Oh, we're going to do that one again, please. Breathe in divine love and exhale into your monad. Know thyself, for thee is love. One heartbeat, one drum beat. We all vibrate love. Every human being every animal, every living thing. We're going to take a short break so that I can call into Blog Talk, and you can get your water if you would like to participate. Thank you. Oh, excuse me. I went to clear my throat before I pressed taking off the mute button, so I apologize. Oh, so we're going to go live in less than 60 seconds. Yep, in less than 30. And we have one call in already. That's pretty exciting. We love call-ins. So I'm just going to be silent. And we're going live in about 15 seconds.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
Good morning, Blog Talk listeners. And you're joining Jean Selch, also known as Jean of Divine Healing. And we're in the middle, at the halfway point of the show that begins at 10 a.m. on Google Plus and YouTube. And I pulled 3 cards this morning. And before I tell you what they are, let's do the water blessing. So anyone who's got their water or their water bottle, please take the cap off. And if you have any coffee, tea, juice, please, or flavored drinks, please put it to the side because it will get changed also. One time I was changing water for a woman over the phone, and she had a cold, fresh opened bottle of orange soda. And what happened was her soda went flat and warm. And she was like, do you really want me to drink this? And I said, yes. So please move your stuff away, except for your water. All right, here we go. Unless you don't mind your tea or coffee changed. All right. And we're purifying the cells of your water now and charging them now with divine creator God cells, Christ conscious cells, and blessings. You may take a drink. The effects take 0 to 5 minutes. Anybody listening on Blog Talk, we just did a meditation about breathing in divine love, if you want to check that out. So now I pulled Jesus and Mother Mary cards, but it has nothing to do with religion, so please know that. So the first card that I pulled today, which is so appropriate for what we're talking about, is love. Love is the answer to all my questions. You know, if you're worried about what to do in a relationship, for example, whether it's romantic or friendship, self-love. Because if you really love yourself, you will either work it out with this person or you will move on. Okay, which the next card that I pulled was from the Jesus deck, and it says, all things whatsoever you shall ask in prayer, believing you shall receive. So we all know what that means. When you're praying and asking, whoever it is that you pray to, you know, it could be even Buddha or Kuan Yin or even Krishna or Sai Baba. You know, maybe you don't pray to Jesus, or maybe you do. It doesn't really matter who you're praying to, really, as long as you're praying to a divine being. And asking, when you're asking, ask as if it's already been given to you, and believe, and you shall receive it. I mean, that's what the card is saying. You know, I get people that want to know what's happening with their life, what's going to happen with their relationship, their career and stuff. And the truth is that people can give you in a reading from where the energy is right here in the moment, but also know that energy changes. You know how, like, here's a perfect example. Sometimes when we're given messages to do something, to create something, or to write about something, whatever it is, or to share verbally, I don't want to lose my thought here. Wow, that went right over my head there. Well, hopefully it will come back. So the third card that I pulled is the end of an era. Isn't that awesome? So look what everybody has to look forward to. Talking about the cause and effects of energy changing from moment to moment. Sometimes, whether you have a reading or you get guided messages from your guardian angels or the divine realm, or even a relative. Because sometimes I get messages from my mom or from my father, once in a while from my grandmother, so like that can happen too. But they might not give you the full message, and it's because they don't want us to think about it. They don't want us to be running it through our heads. Wow, this job is coming. Wow, this man or this woman or this move is coming, or I'm going to find an apartment. Yes, because the manifestation, and especially this weekend, the way the planets are lined up, and with this full moon, the energies are so strong with manifesting, just like they are in every moment. But when we have a planetary moon blast to help enhance and raise the vibration of manifesting, we want to take advantage of that for our highest good and the highest good for all involved. So you think about it, you make the action, and then you trust that it's all going to unfold. So talking about love in the first card that came up, you know, there's so many people that are struggling right now, especially with Mercury in retro, you know, messes with computers and phones and big time communication. I've talked to several people just in the last 5 days who are really struggling with relationships, with their health, or with their partner, or their spouse. And I'm sure it's happening in the workforce too. I've been out on the road a lot this week, and what I've noticed just driving is there are people that are driving like, I'm going to use an old term, like a bat out of hell, because any of you who were born in the 50s and 60s and 70s and 40s would probably know what that phrase means. But anyway, I've had people aggressive behind me. And who knows, maybe it's because they're trying to energetically give me the message to keep moving forward, which I do. But anyway, I find that they've been speeding and getting on my bumper and passing on double solid lines, which leads me to the other part of what's going on is people. Not everyone, but there are a lot of people that are in a really greedy space right now, okay? And yes, it's about you. Yes, it's about you being happy and fulfilled. But it's different when you're coming from a shadow, ego, greedy place. And what I mean by that is, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get that promotion, and I don't care who I have to step on. Okay, that's an example. My partner is being so verbally cruel to me right now and cold. And it's very painful, okay? So I'm going to withdraw my love, my communication, okay? And you know what I'm talking about. Well, just to let you know that when you do that, you are also co-creating to keep that energy stuck between you and your partner. And like I said, with Mercury in retro and the planets this week between, what did they say, between Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, is really making people take a look at themselves, you know. And you need self-love and you need self-nurturing when you come from a divine place, not from a greedy place. So that's another example of being greedy, withholding love to yourself and others. You know, sometimes parents, not every parent, but sometimes a child will come home from school. And this child is so excited. They had just had a great day. Maybe they just made this fabulous painting. Maybe they just got an A+ on a test or a book report, or they made the honor roll. And the parent has just had a miserable day at work for whatever the reasons were, and shuts the child down. I've seen it. I've witnessed it. Okay? Fortunately, I worked very hard to not do that personally with my children. I'm not saying sometimes I didn't slip, but when I did slip, my children would remind me, which was awesome because I taught them to speak their truth in a respectful manner. But anyway, you know, it will shut that child down, or even the dog. You know, leave me alone right now. I don't want to be bothered. I had a bad day, you know, and when we come from a place like that, and this is not a judgment, please know this. When you come from a place like this, you are resisting personally your soul's growth, your soul's mission. You know, besides all this purging going on, everyone's gifts are waking up. And if they haven't been awakened your entire life, they are awakening now. Some of you may be trying to discuss it with family members and they slam the door with it. I have some cousins that refuse, and I love them dearly, but they refuse to look at my website because they're Roman Catholic. And I'm a recovering Catholic. But I am a minister of all faiths. I studied all religions. But anyway, that's an example of fear. Okay, how many times do people let fear block them from moving forward? How many times do people have intense resistance because of fears? When you sit down, let's take a relationship for an example, okay? Let's say the relationship with you and a friend. No, let's use a partner. And let's say there's a lot of conflict going on, okay? Well, first of all, you pre-asked for this in soul form for the experiences. That's why, even though I am not an astrologer per se, I do not do charts or astrology readings. I'm just love to stay on top of what's happening with it. But I always suggest that anyone who's trying to figure out why they're having so many struggles in their lives and why they're not moving forward, maybe have an astrological reading, because it will tell you, because it matches your personal blueprint. Now, before we incarnate, we, go before the divine realm, to God, the Creator, and we tell God, okay, when we incarnate in this next life that we're planning on coming into, I want to heal this karma, that karma, this karma, that karma. I want to pay my karmic debt back to this person, that circumstances. I want to have forgiveness. I want to learn self-worth. I want to learn self-love. Okay, so you set it up with other souls and you will incarnate with them, whether it's your blood family, siblings, cousins, parents, friends, or lovers, teachers, okay? Like as you're going through the school year, your school growing years. Every human being, every circumstance is a teaching and a lesson. So anyway, we birth into this body. But in the meantime, before we birth into that body, let me just backstep for a second here. You're inside your mother's womb. Okay, you've already made your decision and set up your soul's blueprint of what you're going to do and what you want to accomplish in the life you're coming into. Now you're in utero. Okay, what kind of headspace is your mother in? Is your mother really happy about being pregnant? Is your mother a mother from the generation where they had 10, 12, 15 plus children? And maybe you got, attention, but not as much as you would have liked. Is the mother that is carrying the child struggling on whether or not to have an abortion? Because maybe they're alone, maybe there's circumstances, maybe it's a health reason. It could be any type of reason. You pick up the energy of your mother, and it infuses in your aura, in your subconscious memory, anything she feels or says. So now let's bring Dad into the picture. Okay, is Dad an active participant in the pregnancy? Is he rubbing the mom's belly? Is he talking to the baby? Okay, or is he not showing any attention? What is that baby, that fetus taking on from the father? Possibly abandonment. All right, well, maybe the father's working 2 jobs, but the infant doesn't know that in the womb. So it takes on abandonment, okay? Maybe it's a baby inside the womb where the mother is deciding on giving the baby up for adoption. Maybe the baby inside the womb, the mother is a drug addict or an alcoholic, okay? So anyway, you have the past life stuff that you come in and you set up, okay? And then now you're in utero, all right? And you're developing and you're taking on everything from your environment around you, your siblings, your family, whoever your mother interacts with, okay? And now you're born, and now you forget what you came in here to accomplish and do and learn and experience and teach. So when you're going through these struggle times of questioning, when will this shift in my life? When will I finally make a decent salary? When will I finally have that perfect soulmate or my twin flame? When will I have a home of my own? Anything, whatever your struggle is. A health issue. Well, if you have a health issue, you created it. And yes, okay, there are outside circumstances such as pollution and the water and processed foods. But let's just put that to the side for a minute, okay? Remember, you pre-set up to have this experience of a health condition or a physical dismemberment or dysfunction. And you came in to have that experience, possibly, maybe to teach your parents or your husband or wife or partner unconditional nurturing love and support. Maybe that's what you came in for. If you have an issue with health, is what I'm talking about. Some people will say, well, why would I create this? Well, there's various reasons. People will, and like I said, we're putting the outside circumstances to the side. We're just talking about ourselves personally, not the environment right now. Let's take a woman, for example. If a woman has no self-nurturing, no self-value or worth or love, and if it continues over lifetime, it will creep. It's in your energy field at that point. And the more you feel that way, the more it creeps into your physical body and causes dis-ease. And it will cause breast cancer for women. Women who have been raped or molested in this lifetime, in other lifetimes, could end up with cervical cancer or difficulty getting pregnant. So there's a lot of circumstances. So like when I talk to somebody, I talked to somebody recently who has a back injury, and they can walk, but they're on disability, okay? So I asked them, what are the benefits that you get from having this back pain? Because from a healer's perspective, someone who has back pain is something that they're not moving forward in. So, and they look at me with surprise, like, what do you mean? What are the benefits? And immediately they go, well, I have health insurance. That's a benefit. And I said, no, that's not what I'm asking you. What I'm asking you is, what do you get out of doing because you have this hurt back? So they might say, well, if it's a man, I get out of cutting the lawn, I get out of chopping the wood, I get out of lifting things because I don't want to do those things. A woman might say, I don't want to weed the garden. A woman might say, I don't want to vacuum. I hate vacuuming. I hate scrubbing the floors. Okay. Well, then I would say to them, how can you get these needs met without having a sore back? And it makes you think, okay, maybe you can ask someone to do it. Hey, you know, like, I like cutting the lawn. You like washing the dishes. How about you wash the dishes? I'll cut the lawn. You see what I mean? Like, there can be a compromise. And if you're living by yourself and you don't have the luxury of a partner in your house or a housemate, you know, there are lots of teenage boys who will cut your lawn or weed your garden for $10, you know, or, you know, girls that will come and wash your dishes, you know, for maybe $5. So there's ways around it. So anyway, back to self-love. And that is self-love. Self-love is putting your needs first, but not in a selfish manner. It's kind of like it's really hard to put into words because, here, let me give you an example. That seems to be easier for me to describe. Let's say I'm supposed to have lunch with a girlfriend today. And I really want to see her, and I love her company, but personally, I'm not feeling up to going out of the house and sitting in a restaurant and going out with my friend. I really feel like being by myself today. I feel like doing this. I feel like doing this project. I feel like taking a walk. I feel like reading my book. I feel like taking a bath. Self-love is calling up that friend and saying, you know, I was really looking forward to having lunch together with you today because we always laugh and we have such a great time. But I'm really not feeling into it. I'm feeling like I need to do some self-love, some personal self-nurturing. Would you mind if we rescheduled? You know, that's verbally communicating and loving yourself. You know, if someone has hurt you recently, for various reasons, whether it's work related or partnership or friendship wise. Remember that this week is very intense for all these things to come to the surface. Remember that Mercury is also in retro, which means people are not hearing and communicating clearly. So I want you to know that there is a transformation coming, because what was that butterfly card? The end of an era. The end of an era. And one of my favorite things to say, and to say to other people, is not another day. Not another day will I not love myself. Not another day will I not feel value or worthy or be healthy and do everything I can to achieve these things. Not another day will I allow another human being to take away my value or my self-respect or love. Not another day. Today is the day to end that era. Today is the day to put yourself first when it comes to self-love, because you can't have that job, that career, that apartment, that money, that lover that you so want until you love yourself fully and completely, and until you know fully and completely that you deserve to have it. So when you're praying, when you're meditating, and you're asking, ask as if you've already received and believe that you are worthy to receive it. I have many videos up on YouTube. There's lots of healing videos that I've done that are channeling. I do personal healings in person, over Skype, over the phone. I have one woman who had a healing with me in person because I happened to be in her state and she wanted to experience it personally. But she says to her, it doesn't make any difference. She says, I prefer doing it over the phone because then I can do it whenever I want. I don't have to wait until you're in my state. So I also have a lot of classes coming up, and I can't believe I forgot to mention that. So let me see if I can get that out real quick. On June 5th, I'm teaching Be the I Am That You Were Meant to Be at the ISIS Center for Transformation in St. Albans, Vermont. That is an awesome class. We do a group healing on releasing all past life persecutions. We open up your gifts, your DNA codes. It is a most popular class that I'm doing. Then on June 25th, I'm in Massachusetts at the JLJ Healing Center. Doing Be the I Am That You Were Meant to Be, because it's, like I said, it's such a popular class. And then July 22nd to July 26th, I'm not going to list them right now. There's not enough time. I'm going to be at Gaia's Gifts in Washington, New Jersey, teaching shamanic journey power animals, private readings, private healings, Be the I Am That You Were Meant to Be, and a group rebirthing. Remember, you are divine, you are sacred, you are loved. Thank you for listening. Aho. Many blessings. Namaste. God bless you. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Have a good weekend. And remember, you are love.